Hi, welcome to my demo video. So when you first run the main class, a window pops up containing the graphs. So first it takes you to an intro screen that introduces the data being graphed, so visualizing global CO2 emissions per capita. And it provides a brief explanation of why these graphs are important, like in terms of analyzing different long-term trends and comparing CO2 levels in different countries. So at the bottom left corner of the intro screen, there are 3 buttons. So go to line chart takes you to the line chart tab. Go to bar chart takes you to the bar chart tab. And then go to the data set takes you to a web page with the CSV file for the data. So let's go back to the code. Yeah, okay. So the charts that I created are a line chart and a bar chart, and they are displayed on separate clickable tabs. So let's go to the line chart first. So the line chart is per capita CO2 emissions across continents from 1965 to 2023. And at the bottom, there are checkboxes that allow you to filter through which continents you want to view. And you can click them on and you can click them off too. So moving on to the bar chart. So the chart shows CO2 emissions per capita for the top 10 most populated countries in the world. So here is a drop-down menu that allows you to select any year from 1985 to 2021, and it will graph the CO2 emissions per capita for that year. So this is like 2001, 1985, and 2020. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to the code now. So file input and output is used in my CO2 data search file as I filter through the CSV file for relevant data. So like for example, find CO2 from year searches for the CO2 per capita for a specific country at a specific year. So all of these methods in this class are helper methods that searches this CSV file for information that is needed to generate the desired chart. So my application uses object-oriented programming principles by defining many different objects and classes that each only do one thing. So for example, the CO2 data point objects are dedicated solely to storing data points with the year and CO2 per capita, and the country year CO2 class extends the CO2 data point class so that its objects include country specific information. And to manage collections of data, let's see if, why can't I click on it? Okay, I'll just go through it here. Okay, for to manage collections of data, the CO2 data collection aggregates multiple CO2 data point objects, making each CO2 data collection object contain a bunch of CO2 data point objects for one specific country. So creating charts is handled by the CO2 line chart and CO2 bar chart classes. Yeah, and which transform these like data points into their respective chart formats for display. So these line and bar charts are designed so that if the user were to want to add a continent or country to the chart, they would just have to place the name of the country into this array, and then it will automatically show up on the chart, like over here or over here. Yeah, so it's designed so that the user has to edit the fewest number of things possible to get something new to show up on the chart. Yeah, we can try it. So let's put Canada, oops, I spelled Canada wrong. Canada on this chart, and then let's run the main again. Let's see. Yeah, so Now if we go to Canada, there's a Canada checkbox here, and yeah, you can see the Canada emissions from 1965 to 2023. Yeah, anyways. So yeah, and then my main class just displays everything in multiple tabs for a better user interface. And it also creates an intro screen using like Java FX. So my application demonstrates encapsulation as it restricts access to fields and enforces other classes to get this data through methods. So as you can see in the CO2 data point class, the year and the CO2 per capita variables are made private so that other classes can't change them directly. And for other classes to access this data, there are getter methods. And yeah, and for example, these getter methods are used in the CO2 data collection over here to like add points to the data series. And this is the same in all the other classes where the class variables are all private and any usage of these variables are done through methods. So to create my user interface, I used many JavaFX classes. So the chart itself for the line chart is built using a line chart component with a number axis defining the x-axis for years and the y-axis for CO2 emissions per capita. And each continent's data is represented by a separate XY chart series, and this like dynamically displays the chart based on user interaction. So the checkboxes are created using the checkbox classes, and they allow you to toggle the data visibility for each continent. And these checkboxes are organized horizontally. Where is it? Oh yeah, they are organized horizontally using an H box, while the overall where's the H box? Oh yeah, here's the H box. Yeah, so that's where it gets organized, and then it gets called over here. And then the entire like layout combining the chart and the checkboxes is managed vertically aligned in a VBox. So to handle user interactions, like selecting or deselecting continents, I used event handler, action event, ensuring the chart updates dynamically in response to the user's input. So for the bar chart, it's the bar chart itself is implemented using the bar chart class with a category axis on the x-axis to represent the top 10 most populated countries, and a number axis on the y-axis to display the CO2 emissions per capita. And each year's data is dynamically updated using a combo box, which allows the users to select a year between 1985 and 2021. So the combo box is basically like powered by an observable list to populate the list of selectable years, and features and also features an event handler over here to update the chart when a new year is chosen, and the method to update the chart is over here. Anyways, so the chart's layout is managed within a VBox, which organizes the combo box and the chart in a vertical structure. And then the main class serves as kind of like the entry point for this JavaFX application, showing the CO2 emissions data through the interactive interface. So it uses tab pane to organize 3 tabs. So there's an introductory screen, a bar chart, and a line chart. And the intro screen uses text to generate the text on the screen, and VBox and HBox layouts to display text elements such as like the title, subtitle, description.
I also used image view
to show the CO2 graphic. And the buttons on the screen are created using button and allow users to navigate between tabs or open the dataset link in a web browser. And then basically the scene over here kind of encapsulates the tab pane, which is displayed in the main stage, which creates the whole user interface. Yeah, so that's my code. Thank you for watching.